10. Commodus. Commodus, 161 to 192, had already been regarded as a philosopher, together with his father, and Athenagoras, the Athenian, a Christian philosopher, had addressed a plea for the Christians to the Emperor Marcus Aurelius Antonius and Lucius Aurelius Commodus, conquerors of Armenia and Sarmatia, and, more than all, philosophers. Commodus, who came to power in 180, was philosopher enough to see no hope in his father's philosophy. His gilt bronze bust in the Victoria and Albert Museum in London shows him wearing the Phrygian Liberty Cap of Chaos, the cosmic cap with the 7 stars. This star-spangled cap designated the shepherd of the stars. It was common also to Mithras worship, which Commodus also favoured. On Commodus, it meant clearly world domination. Commodus appeared in a procession of the Isis cult as an image-bearer. Commodus exemplified the regenerating power of chaos in his life. He maintained a double harem of 300 boys and 300 women and took a commanding part in the games. He assumed the name of the Blessed Commodus, and Eastern cities, probably taking their cue from Rome, expressed their delight with a coin carrying the inscription, "Under the reign of Commodus, the world experiences an age of blessing." Later, he portrayed himself as Hercules, redivivus, the strong man sent from heaven and armed with superhuman powers to set the poor world free from the powers of destruction. Finally, his apparently Christian favourite wife, Marcia, arranged for his assassination. The horror for Commodus felt by Gibbon and other historians cannot altogether conceal the fact of his popularity. It was necessary, in order to prevent disorders, to state that Commodus had died of an apoplexy and that the senator, Pertinax, had already succeeded to the throne. The Senate reviled the dead Commodus, and Pertinax sought to institute ancient ideas of reform. The son of a freed slave who had become wealthy, Pertinax had bought his way to the throne, and now he sought to reform it and to avoid a continuous bribery. He issued coins declaring himself to be emperor. Through the providence of the gods, the army assassinated him in the same year and sold the throne to General Didius Julianus, whose coins realistically proclaimed the source of chaos and revolution. Through unanimous resolution of the army, chosen emperor. Commodus had been assassinated on the first day of 193. By June 1st, 193, Pertinax and his successor, Didius Julianus, had both been killed by the army. When Septimius Severus, of Punic ancestry and speaking Greek and Latin with a Punic accent, became emperor later in the same year, he declared himself an Antonine by adoption and claimed Commodus as his brother. Whatever the Senate felt and modern historians believe concerning Commodus, he was clearly a popular figure. Septimus Severus had power which was sufficient for legitimacy and Senate approval as well. His relationship to the popular Commodus was needed to establish him with the people. The triumph of the religion of chaos in Rome under Julius Caesar had served to unite Rome more firmly with the empire and to pave the way for the empire to triumph over Rome itself. Septimus Severus had represented such a triumph over the feeble tradition of the Senate, and many an emperor rose to power because of his relationship to the cult of chaos. It is not enough to say that the army began to name the emperors, because the army did not always or by any means limit itself to naming military men. Religious enthusiasm was a major aspect, as in the fervour generated in the army, when it saw the 14-year-old Elagabalus, looking like Bacchus, preside as pontiff of Elagabal at Emesa, and was then easily won over to proclaiming him emperor against Marcinius. The quick disillusionment with Elagabalus does not alter the original religious and then monetary loyalty to him.